Good afternoon and welcome to the Red Mic. Thanks for joining me today. These Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons that I've picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth sporting coach and Boy Scout volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message, a crisis of confidence. Let's face it, if you're in a leadership role or even a middle management role, or sometimes even a frontline role, you're going to have moments where you're thinking, man, I just don't know what the heck I'm doing. I don't know which way is up. Well, a recent survey, and I saw this on LinkedIn earlier today, recent survey, apparently 71% of CEOs in the last year or so have reported having a crisis of confidence. Feeling like they are suffering imposter syndrome. You know, and I understand, coming through the pandemic, all of the financial issues that posed, plus the logistical issues, getting your manpower put where it needed to be, getting people in the right positions, and now now that it's clearly in the rearview mirror, a lot of the issues that people are having is, okay, do we go back to a full-time staff in the office? Do we go back to a part-time staff? Do we keep things exactly the way they are? How are things working? How are they not working? And those are decisions that, these CEOs, frankly, have never had to make before because, it's like the old Tim Allen joke, men have always had and I'm using the men globally, he wasn't, but men have always had, one choice, or, it's work or go to the penitentiary, So these are the kind of decisions that, really we haven't had to make. So what do? Well, everybody's going to have those moments where you're just thinking, man, I am a fraud. I am a phony. I am making this crap up as I go along, and I have no idea really if it's going to work or what I'm doing is right. Take the lesson from the CEO of Xerox. A few years back, Xerox was facing millions and millions and millions of dollars in losses, year after year after year. So what do? They end up appointing a longtime employee, a lady, first woman CEO they had ever had, and they appointed her to be the CEO. She didn't have an MBA. Yeah, she had a degree, but all of her leadership had been in roles like human resources and stuff like that. She had never been a business, traditional business leader. And what was the market's response? Xerox's stock dropped 15% the first month she was on the job. But you fast forward a couple of years, for the next 4 years, Xerox posted record growth. Best growth they'd ever had, year over year over year over year. And she ended up being named CEO of the year, I'm wanting to say by Money Magazine, but don't quote me, I'm probably wrong. But I have no doubt that she had doubts. I have no doubt that you have doubts. And goodness knows I have my doubts. I think having doubts is part of being a good leader. But in order to be a great leader, you have to swallow hard, overcome those doubts, and do what the data and what your heart tells you is the right thing to do. And that's today's Red Mic message. Hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it helpful. And you may notice that I am parked because we are in Oklahoma, en route to Oklahoma City. I grew up in North Central Texas, and, growing up in North Central Texas, a border issue was something with Oklahoma. It didn't have anything to do with what's going on down south. So, I thought it was safe to pull over, not only because I can pay more attention to, you guys, but also, as, Hank Hill said, my wife hates this joke. I make it almost every time we come to Oklahoma. She says I do it every time. I don't think I do, but Hank and Bobby were going to Oklahoma, and Bobby said, Dad, how are we going to know we're in Oklahoma? He said, well, Bobby, the truck is going to feel like it's going to shake apart. And true story, first time we went to Oklahoma, taking our kid up there to go to University of Central Oklahoma. I made that joke, and literally a minute after I made it, the truck starts shaking like crazy. So anyway, but again, that's today's Red Mike message. For now anyway, the Red Mike messages are going to continue to be at 2:30 p.m. Central. I'm just live on Facebook today. I'll upload it later tonight to all of the different socials. X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and also on LinkedIn and Spotify. But for now, it's just for the rest of the afternoon, it's just going to be on Facebook because that's all I got really time to do. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Please like, follow, and share because this doesn't grow without your help. And until next time, life is short. Oh, hang on. Before I get into that, don't forget, this weekend is Father's Day. If you are blessed enough to still have your father around, make some time for him, okay? Because you'll blink and he won't be there, and you'll regret it if you don't. So that's the only additional advice I'm going to give you today. Life's short. Drink the bourbon. See y'all next time.